What's going on, guys, and welcome to what will more than likely be our last video in Syracuse, because we only have 2 games left in the season, and the way things have been going this season, I don't think this is a place where we want to stay. Once the season is completely over, we will probably have to look at the stats of some of the other quarterbacks and see who is still going to be playing next year and who might be in a place that would be a great destination for us as well. But, of course, we are going to have to finish this season out, and as it sits right now, we are still potentially going to be bowl eligible. However, we're going to have a lot of things go right for that to actually be the case, because this week we are playing SMU, who is a top 25 team, so that's going to be pretty difficult. And then we're going to have to end the season against Duke, who currently is sitting at 4-5, but still going to more than likely be a good game because, again, another conference opponent. So we have to really perform here in these last 2 games if we do want to have a bowl game. And if we don't have a bowl game, we really need to perform well in these last 2 games of the season to surpass our stat total from last season and hopefully then end up getting up to 1,000 yards, because where we're sitting right now is at 795, and that's thanks to a couple 100-yard games in the last video. But we are only at 3 touchdowns. We do need to improve on that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a multi-score game in here, but we're definitely going to try. But realistically, being able to get 106 yards in a matter of 2 games really shouldn't be that difficult. Maybe it will be against SMU because they are ranked, but I'm really hoping that Duke is going to be a really big breakout game for us, especially since it is the last one of the season. Again, really hoping that there is going to be a bowl game this season, but we're really going to have to win these last 2 games if we want that to be the case. Now, we did go through the weekly agenda for this week in the last video, so all we have to do is get into practice, look at this matchup against SMU, and hope that we can go out there and have a 100-yard game and maybe multi-score. But unfortunately, with their defense being an 85 overall, it might be a little difficult. Even the last team that we played that was ranked only had, I think an 84 overall defense, and it definitely kind of kept us in check, although I think we could have gotten in the end zone a couple times if the quarterback would have looked for us and been a little more accurate. But I digress. Point is, this is still going to be a difficult matchup. They do have the overall advantage over us in every single facet of the game. We just got to go out there and we just got to be stellar. We had a huge comeback against North Carolina in the last video. Who's to say that we can't go out there and perform in this one too? Now, the good news here is we actually get to set the tone for this game because we're going out for a pass on this one and we get the ball first. So let's see what we can do to... Oh, there we go. There we go. Great catch and run. Tiptoe down the sideline and we get to about midfield. That's a great way to start. It's been a while since we've actually gotten a reception right off the bat. And thankfully that one was for a good amount of yards too. Great start. We're going for a screen on this one, but you better believe we're still going out for... Oh, dude, we're like double covered on that one. Do you see that? We had 2 guys running with us. Either one of them missed their assignment or they are just really looking at us. Now, we didn't get in for the rest of that series, but we did end up scoring 7. So that's great. We got a lead and we got the ball back on their side of the field. We're going to be going on another corner here. Let's go. That is not going to us. They definitely had us covered. And we pick up 6 on that one. And thankfully, we do have a fresh set of downs now, too. Down on the 15. Let's see if we can get by our guy. Oh, bro. Yeah. We could have been open on the out there, but unfortunately, he did not give us that extra second. And even though they took us out of the game on that after that last play, we're back for the 3rd and 6. Let's see if we can get ready. Oh, hit me. Oh, bro, no, you had me too. So that means that we only settled for 3, but thankfully, still 10-0. Our defense is actually holding them pretty well. And let's see. Yeah, no, he ended up getting sacked. There was no way we could have gotten around our guy. He was actually all over us too. That's rough, and now we're facing a 2nd and 17. Which means we're going to have to find a way to get open, which we don't even get the chance to, because he just gets that out really quickly, and that's not even a couple yards. So, not in a great spot right here on 3rd and 14. He's got to be more patient. Let's see if we can get that. Nice. And we get the first down. We get back towards the middle of the field, and we got a first down to the 43. And what a way to get rewarded. Get taken out for the rest of the drive. We still only get 3, and now we got the ball with 1:45 left. But we're down on the 1-yard line, so we got to run this one right here and just hope that we can get out of the danger zone, as we don't really. And now on 3rd and 7, we just got to be creative here. We should probably run it, but screw it. Let's see if we can... There we go. Hey, that's a secure catch. All right, there we go. We probably could have caught and run with that a little bit more, but hey, we got a first down. We can keep this drive going. We have 3 timeouts, which means we have the ability to be able to get downfield a little bit more. As he hold on to that, that's incredible. And then we're out of the game again for the rest of that drive, but we do score, so that's good. But man, you can tell coach wants to drive us away here. But we have a chance for a touchdown right here. Get behind him. Bro, give me a second. Now it's a second to go on the 2. And, yeah, we're not going to go with that play. We'll say that we are, but we're definitely not doing that. As we're just going to find a way to just find a pocket here. There we go. Bro, I mean, granted, we ran that route into the, into the other guy who's going on that same route, but that's okay. That's on me. I knew he was going to try to throw quickly. Come on, 3rd and goal now. Oh, no, that is way out of reach. Oh, we were wide open, too. So we're going to do that again. We're going to go for it on 4th and goal, apparently. So let's get open here somehow. There we go. That's all we had to do is just walk forward 3 steps and just sit there. No one else moved on defense, and thankfully we at least got a score in this game. And now, thankfully for SMU's sake, they finally actually get in the end zone. But we're still up 20 with 6 minutes to go here in the game. As we get a nice little block, and we end up picking up 7 yards on that. I love it. Man, I love that we're going out for a pass on this one. I know, we were actually set to go for a running play, but no, I want the ball. I want the ball, damn it. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine if we caught that off the ricochet? Yeah, obviously that was not happening now. That's all right, because we're calling the strong flood, and we are also changing our play to a fade. Let's get around him. Why not? 3rd and 3. Just hit me. Yeah, that was stupid. You can tell I'm being too selfish here, but screw it. We're up 20, and we do only have 60-something yards, so we need to improve on that. Thankfully, they didn't score on that one. We got 4.5 to go in this game. There we go. Great catch. That's going to add an extra 9.5 to it. And let's see if we can continue to end up picking up first downs. And if that's going to be the case, let's go all go here. Let's see if we can burn this guy off the line. Why not? There we go. Nope, we're not going to, but we're going to get it on the comeback. We do go out of bounds, but still, we get a nice little reception there. Hopefully, we can get back in the game. Thankfully, we do, and if we end up picking up 20 yards here, we got that 100-yard game plus a score. Now, if we get in the end zone again, dude, that would be incredible. Great throw right there. So, we're not going to be able to pick up 20 on this drive, but hopefully, we can get in the end zone again. Or they just take us out again. Why not? We wouldn't see the field again, but hell, dude, we took down SMU 34-14. That's pretty incredible. We did get in the end zone. We're about 20 yards short of 100, but that does kind of take the, I want to say, I guess, the load off of us for the next game to have a really big game to be able to beat our stats from last season, because that's going to put us much closer to that 901 that we had last year. But thankfully, again, despite the fact that we were not in the game much, we did see the ball a little bit. We had 263 in the air with 4 touchdowns from our quarterback. Not bad on the ground, actually, either. But it looks like it was Ross Simmons again who ended up having the 2 touchdowns. We did have 1 as well. We ended up leading in yards, although he did have 1 extra reception. Good to see Haynes end up getting in the end zone as well. But, man, we could have had 100, but we just stayed off the field for too long. But getting into this last game of the season, if we win this one, we're bowl eligible. If not, well, we're kind of SOL. And if you see that right there, we're 1 experience point short of being able to get that next skill point. So let's just do that. Let's, of course, be able to get that back to normal. And screw, let's get that extra 1 in academics. As long as we're above a 2.0, I'm going to be pretty happy. And then let's get that as well. So we do have 4 skill points. And you know what that means? That means we're going to be using that because our route running, I hope, is going to be able to improve our overall. Hope we can get above 80. And if that's the case and we actually get above the overall of the other wide receivers on the team, I think maybe then we'll be on the field a little bit longer. That gets us up to an 84 for our route running, 97 on the release, which is really awesome. I actually wish that we could actually Where is it? The Press Pro. Be able to get that, but again, we have other stats that we really need to increase. So we'll focus on those going forward. But that does bring us up to an 81 overall. So let's get into practice. Let's get a little coach trust, and let's hope that our 81 overall that's tied with the other receivers on the team will actually keep us on the field a little bit more. But this is going to be an extremely important game. Again, they are, what did that say, 4-6? So they still have 2 games this season. They're trying to hope for some bowl eligibility as well, but hopefully we can end up taking that. We are at home. They're an 81 overall, so we have a really good overall advantage. And let's hope that this is a game where we can break out as a receiver and also be able to become bowl eligible. So unfortunately, Duke started with the ball and ended up getting a touchdown, but we are going out for a route here to start the game. As we thankfully end up getting that one, we do end up going out of bounds, but if we could have just taken that jab step back in, it's possible we could have ended up picking up some more yards after the catch. But let's go. Going out for another one. We're going on the post. So let's go 1st and 10, almost up to midfield. Let's see if we can actually respond pretty well. Oh, no. That was a really bad throw. I don't know where the hell he was throwing that one. Definitely not to us, apparently. But now 2nd and 10. We're staying out there. Maybe that overall thing actually does make a difference. There we go. Oh, no! You had your hand on it! You had your hand on it and you dropped it. Oh, that is so sad. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a drop on us. Now, why we're staying out there after that, I have no idea. But on 3rd and 10, we're just going on a slant, because why not? No. We had to come back in for that. We caught that, but unfortunately at midfield, we're going to have to punt. My bad. Well, thankfully, Duke didn't do anything with the ball, and now we got the ball back at almost midfield again. It's like our drive didn't stall, you know? No. Man, we are just not... We're not running good routes right now. But at least the team picked up a 1st down to the 38. We're going on a post, but if we can actually get the outside lane here, I was going to say we can go back outside on that and potentially be open over on the sideline. Well, we were out of the drive for the rest of that. We didn't score, and Duke got it back and got a field goal. So, don't necessarily quite know what to do at this point. As I thought that we took the right option there, but apparently he did not want to hit us. So let's end up changing the play here. We're going all go, and let's hope that we can get past this guy. Why not? 2nd and 9. Let's take some chances. There we go. We had to cut in on that one, but it was worth it to be able to get that reception. I love it. Glad that coach isn't taking us out now. And again, I think that is kind of due to the fact that we are a higher overall now. So let's see if we can use that to our advantage. 1st and 10. I think if you would have hit us on the inside there was no one there to cover us. But then again, I think we would have had to have a perfect throw from our quarterback, and he is not capable of that. 1st and 10 on the 15, though. There we go. Good catch. Never mind. Is that 2 drops on the day now? That's starting to get embarrassing, buddy. Come on, you're better than this. Come on, corner out here. Again, on the 15-yard line. Oh, look at that. We run a nice little pick and roll right there. And now we got a 3rd and 2. Now, I disagree with this play, so we're going to go with that bench dig curl. And let's see if we can get open on this kind of corner right here. Let's go 3rd and 2. There we go! We did get open, baby! And there is a touchdown, our first one of the game. And hey, if we keep this up, not only do we have a chance of winning this game and becoming bowl eligible, but we might actually match our total from last season. But that bowl eligibility part might not happen if our defense doesn't hold Duke. An 81 overall team, huh? But then again, hey, we were down by a lot against North Carolina. Who's to say that we can't do it against another great academic school from that area? Let's go, 34 seconds. Need to be patient there, especially this late in the game. Let's go with the no huddle. Or you can just take us out of the game and have it not matter. And it looks like we just kind of waved the white flag there. And now we're down 10 to start the second half. That's okay. Again, we start with the ball at least. There we go. Did not want to secure catch that one, but at least we ended up picking up 5 yards on that. And realistically, that's one of the more important things at this point. So we're going on verts here because look at all these guys lined up on us. Come on now. Let's see if we can end up getting a big play. 2nd and 5. If he had the arm. If he had the arm. We were wide open for a touchdown right there. No one saw us. We had beaten the cover too, so I don't even know. But let's go 1st and 10 on the 36. Yeah, no, I don't know why we ran across the field on that one. And yeah, I don't blame Coach for taking us out after that. And then Coach took us out for pretty much the rest of the game. What the hell? And now we're down 10 again. I don't get it. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. 3rd and 7 now. And we just need to find a way to keep this drive alive at this point. We're going on this because we're going to get around this guy. We got this. This is going to be a touchdown. 3rd and 7. Thank you. Let's go. We came back to it. We got the catch. And that's up to almost midfield. But come on, you've got to keep us in for the rest of this drive. Well, he doesn't, but we do end up scoring. And now we're down 3 with a minute 11 left with no timeouts. So we need to keep it towards the sideline. And then we didn't see the field for the rest of the game. And we end up losing and lose our bowl eligibility. We can't get out of Syracuse quick enough. I swear to God. That is absolutely ridiculous. Brother, we were primed for such a good game. And Coach just took the ball out of our hands. I mean, the good news is at least we ended up beating our stat total from last season in terms of yards. Just not the case in touchdowns. We did have 68 yards. Gadsden ended up having more at 73. But man, Hatcher ended up having 2 touchdowns. We should add more than that. Unfortunately, our quarterback is just trash and wasn't able to hit us or see us. Yes, we did have 1 drop in there, but come on, so did Ross Simmons, and he stayed in the game. And look at this. Like, again, we are not planning on coming back next season. And, yeah, he still wants us to end up doing some schoolwork. Well, you know what? I say screw you. I'm going to decline. You got this, man. I'm going into, like, greener pastures, and we're going to have a much better season next year. So, what I think we're going to do, obviously we got our weekly agenda and everything like that. Let's obviously put everything into training because literally at this point, like, what are we going to do? Am I right? Like, we don't have anything at all that we're playing for the rest of the season. We're not bowl eligible. We're not going to the playoffs, very obviously. So, realistically, what's the point? So, let's do that. Let's see what we can do to get as many skill points as possible. And let's see who ends up winning the Heisman. What schools have non-seniors that are good quarterbacks, that have good statistical seasons, and let's see if we can weasel our way onto their teams and hopefully end up having a better statistical season than we had this year and last. Our academic advisor, 3 D's and an F, that's fine. Don't really give a shit. We're not coming back, so see you later. So let's do it. We got 6 energy. Let's just do that. Just because I mean, it's not like this is going to matter again at all. But let's do that just so we're not in the red in general. I would feel really bad if I ended our season in the red. So let's go forward. Again, this is where I think we end up seeing the Heisman results. And then where I think we can end up figuring out what we want to do for our future. And we're going to have to find a school where we're going to end up being in like the top 2 receivers that has a great quarterback. And I think that's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. Now, realistically, we don't want to be ineligible going into our next school because I don't know necessarily how that would end up working. So I think we'll end up doing that. You know, she's a little worried about our GPA. I totally get that. We're still going to be able to train once this week, which is extremely great. Thankfully, I forgot that we do have the conference championship week. So that is going to allow us to be able to get another skill point. And I don't know why I really care about the leadership. Realistically, I should have spent that in the brand. But, oh well. So again, just quickly before we go forward and see all the results for the season, the next thing that we're going to be upgrading, more than likely, is going to be the hands. I mean, we had a couple crucial drops in the last 2 games, and we don't want that happening. That's definitely going to be a reason for Coach to really take us out of the game. So we're going to improve on that next. We only need 4 more skill points, and hopefully we can get that pretty early in our junior season. Again, hopefully we're going to be at a better school where we're going to be on the field a little bit more, have better results, and thus getting more skill points from being on the field and having better results. So that's going to be our hope here. Here comes the results. Oh, Liberty University. He is a senior, so I mean, honestly, we weren't even going to consider Liberty anyways, because Liberty. But still, he's a senior. He's not going to be back there for the next season, so it's not really going to matter. Now, obviously, we're not in any bowls, so what we're going to end up doing quickly, just to see everything and all the stats by the end of this year and not taking any of the bowls or anything into consideration, kind of want to see the season stats for all of the quarterbacks in the FBS. Now, just quickly, obviously, we were not in, like, the top receivers at all, but at least we kind of came somewhat close. As you see, we are right here at 943 yards. Again, a little step up from where we were last season, but we have one less touchdown than what we had. We need to start having numbers like that. 16, 17 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. That would definitely be ideal. But again, we want to look at the quarterbacks as in terms of yards. Yeah, again, obviously he was the Heisman winner, but yeah, definitely Georgia. Middle Tennessee has a junior that actually had a lot of yards. Obviously 17 interceptions. So that's a little rough. USC, which was a place that we were considering last season, ended up having a quarterback who was 4th in the nation in yards and ended up having very few interceptions. Now, Arizona could actually be a really good spot to go as well. Surprisingly enough, San Diego State. Do we go to San Diego State next year? That is where we originally graduated from, canonically, from the Madden game. So who's to say that we can't go there and just get a head start? Why not? And then if we want to win a national championship, we just maybe potentially transfer to a school that just has really good championship contenders. So maybe that's a place that we go. Again, Arizona, San Diego State, pretty good options. I mean, if we're being honest, the Arizona quarterback definitely has a better overall. Maybe he just had a really lucky season. So again, we're going to have to look and see how we really match up to all the other receivers on the team as we get into the offseason. So let's go. Let's enter the transfer portal and let's figure it out here, because realistically, Arizona does look like it would be potentially a good place. We would be the number 2 receiver. Granted, after some training results and all that, there is a good potential that we are not going to be number 2. As you see, number 3 guy right there is an 82 overall, but still not a bad spot to go. I kind of want to see where San Diego State is as well, because realistically, again, they could be a good spot to go, as we would definitely be the hard number 2 receiver there. That actually would not be a bad thing. And now that I'm thinking about it, those 2 are seniors, so they're going to be leaving, so we would be a clear-cut number 1 receiver. But again, is that really the spot that we want to go? Do we go San Diego State or do we go Arizona? I think it's a really tough call, and again, good reasons for going to both. Really good reasons for going to both. It's question is, do we go Big 12 or do we go Mountain West? I think we have better competition in the Big 12, but we're going to get more opportunities in the Mountain West. Question is, where do we go now?